Nicki Minaj should have retired as a legend. She could have walked away with the crown polished, the barbs forever loyal, her name etched as the blueprint for every woman in rap who came after her. Instead, she stuck around long enough to turn her victory lap into a demolition derby, and somehow, she's the one behind the wheel. From 2010 to 2016, Nicki was untouchable. Over 100 million records sold, multiple top singles, and a cultural takeover powered by mixtape bars, alter egos, and neon wigs. She wasn't just a rapper, she was a cultural event. Roman, Barbie, Harajuku Nicki. She turned her identity into theater, and in a male-dominated industry, she carved her own lane. No one else even came close. Iggy Azalea tried to compete for a minute. Azalea Banks grabbed headlines more than hits, but Nicki stood alone. For 7 straight years, she took home BET's Best Female Hip Hop Artist. Every award show, every feature, every verse, Nicki was the constant. But cultural events fade, and instead of bowing out gracefully, Nicki started pulling the fire alarm to keep eyes on her. The crack showed in 2017 when Remy Ma's Sheether stripped away Nicki's aura of invincibility. Her comeback, No Frauds, even with Drake and Wayne in tow, felt limp. That same year, her BET streak ended. The crown was slipping, and instead of letting the music talk, Nicki started tweeting. Every new female rapper, Cardi, Megan, Lotto, Ice Spice, became a threat. Instead of long live the queen, it was off with her head. Watching Nicki spiral into meltdowns stopped being entertaining and started being exhausting. Nicki Minaj should have been celebrated as a pioneer. Instead, she became the case study in how to torch your own empire, one tweet at a time. For almost a decade, Nicki had the female rap lane to herself. Then came Cardi B. Heels clicking, tongue rolling, and she blew off the doors with Bodak Yellow. That track went to #1, stayed there for 3 weeks, and made Cardi the first solo female rapper to top the Hot 100 since Lauryn Hill in 1998. Let that sink in. Not even Nicki had done that. Cardi did it with her debut smash. And Cardi wasn't polished or mysterious like Nicki. She was messy, funny, Bronx to the bone, and unapologetic about it. Fans loved that she wasn't trying to be an alter ego. She was just Cardi. It felt authentic in a way Nicki's carefully curated personas didn't anymore. At first, Nicki played nice in interviews, but on Migos' Motorsport, Nicki's verse suddenly changed. A line that once acknowledged Cardi morphed into something else. Fans noticed instantly. Cue the internet detectives. Cue the hashtags. Barbs versus Barty Gang went nuclear. By the time 2018's Harper's Bazaar Icons party rolled around, the tension exploded. Cardi stormed across the room, threw a shoe at Nicki, and accused her of liking shady posts about her daughter. Cardi left with a knot on her forehead, but public sympathy leaned her way. She looked like the underdog fighting for respect. Nicki looked like the paranoid queen lashing out. And here's the irony. Years later, Nicki had been in Cardi's shoes. When Nicki broke out, Lil' Kim accused her of stealing her style. The wigs, the raunch, the attitude. Nicki dismissed Kim as jealous, insisting it was her time. Fast forward a decade, and Nicki was suddenly the Lil' Kim of the story, the veteran fighting the newcomer instead of embracing her. History was repeating itself, and Nicki didn't see it. Instead of playing the matriarch, she played the gatekeeper. And the internet ran with it. Every Queen Radio rant turned into memes. Every Cardi milestone, Grammys, chart stats was celebrated by her fans and dissected by Nicki. The more Nicki fought, the fresher Cardi looked. And that made the crown look even more fragile. Now, if Cardi cracked the crown, Megan Thee Stallion smashed it. Nicki and Megan's 2019 collab, Hot Summer Girl, was huge. It felt like a win-win, the old guard and the new guard teaming up to run the summer. Fans hoped Nicki might finally embrace collaboration instead of competition. But by 2021, things soured. Nicki unfollowed Megan, then returned with Red Ruby to Sleaze in the infamous horse line, "I don't F with horses since Christopher Reeve." Everyone knew who it was aimed at, and it wasn't clever, it was mean. Megan stayed cool until 2024's Hiss. That's when she delivered the line that detonated the internet. "These hoes mad at Megan, these hoes mad at Megan's Law." A direct shot at Nicki's husband's criminal past. Brutal, surgical, and impossible to spin. Nicki could have taken the high road, though. Instead, she spiraled. She mocked Megan's late mother. She brought up the Tory Lanez shooting. She went on live for hours, ranting into her phone, and capped it off with Bigfoot, a diss track so sloppy it felt like parody. The internet wasn't impressed. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, timelines filled with jokes. Even some bars admitted it wasn't a good look. Megan, on the other hand, didn't just win the exchange, she thrived. Hiss debuted at #1, while Nicki's meltdown turned into meme content. Social media turned the feud into sport. Hashtags like Bigfoot Challenge and Megan Won trended, while Nicki's livestream rants got clipped and remixed into parodies. For younger fans, the difference was stark. Megan represented progress and composure. Nicki represented chaos and decline. The ultimate reversal. Nicki, once the sharp-tongued queen who could end careers with one verse, was now the one being laughed at. Megan didn't just bruise her ego, she rewrote the story. Now, if the Megan feud was explosive, the Lotto feud was embarrassing. The spark? Grammy categories. Nicki's Super Freaky Girl got pushed from rap to pop. Furious, she pointed out Lotto's big energy, equally poppy, but still counted as rap. She could have aimed her anger at the Recording Academy. Instead, she turned it towards Lotto. Nicki mocked her as scratch off and leaked private DMs and kept escalating until Lotto finally snapped back. She said, "Super Freaky Grandma is married and related to a guy with charges. You ain't gonna bully me, my idol turned rival, now you hatin'." That line was a cultural shift. Lotto, the newcomer, sounded like the future. Nicki, the veteran, sounded petty. The irony? Nicki paved the way for Lotto, Ice Spice, Doechii, Glorilla, but instead of embracing them, she treated them like threats. Every rising star became an enemy. The Lotto feud symbolized Nicki's refusal to grow into elder stateswoman status. Instead of matriarch, she became gatekeeper. And then came the scandals. Not from rivals, but from the men Nicki chose to align herself with. First, her husband, Kenneth Petty, a man with a serious SO case in his past. Court docs, restrictions, headlines, all dragged Nicki into the spotlight for the wrong reasons. Then her brother, Jelani Mirage, whose own case involving minors horrified the public. Reports that Nicki helped him with bail only made fans more uneasy. And then there was Tekashi 6ix9ine, a rapper most artists abandoned after his own charges. Nicki doubled down, collaborating not once, but twice. One of those songs, Trolls, gave her a #1 hit, but fans called it a hollow win. Brother, husband, collaborator, all with criminal pasts tied to SA-type charges, and all defended or embraced by Nicki. So when Megan dropped the Megan's Law line, it wasn't just shade, it was confirmation of what people were already saying online. The saddest part is that Nicki's downfall was preventable. Other legends figured it out. Beyoncé pulled back, chose her moments, and let the art speak. Missy Elliott embraced the new generation instead of fighting them. Even Jay-Z transitioned into mogul mode, letting his legacy expand beyond music. Nicki could have done the same thing. Instead, she doubled down on paranoia, Twitter rants, livestream meltdowns, conspiracies about Jay-Z, body shaming her rivals. Fans stopped talking about her verses and started sharing compilations of her meltdowns. The legend who once looked untouchable was now reduced to meme content. And that's the real tragedy, because Nicki changed hip-hop. She proved women could dominate the charts, smash records, and out-rap men. She built the playbook. But instead of becoming the legend she deserved to be, she became the cautionary tale. Younger fans don't see her as the queen anymore. They see her as the auntie with a cracked crown, torching her own empire, one meltdown at a time. So there we go, the rise, the reign, and the ruin of Nicki Minaj. What do you think? Can she claw her way back? Or is this the final chapter of Pink Friday's fairy tale? Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit subscribe if you want more pop history autopsies like this.